Alvin and Chantel are the final two. But how will they handle the questions from the jury, and how will the jury handle talking to Troyzan? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. It's day 83 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and Alvin and Chantel are the final two. Today, the jury members will ask Alvin and Chantel questions. What will they be and how will they answer them? We'll find out shortly. But first, Survivor alumni Troyzan Robertson from Survivor One World and Game Changers entered the jury house yesterday morning and talked to the jury members. I bet Joanne is so jealous right now. We got gay Bunky, but I wanted Troyzan because I want him to fuck me. I don't blame you. So we're gonna get right to it because Alvin and Chantel, I asked them to answer the questions from the final two and provide an opening and closing statement, and I asked them to make it brief. I wonder what the long version would have been because I got the King James Bible. But anyway, it's okay. It is what it is. Let's go. Troyzan, why don't you start? What do you think of Alvin and Chantel?
Hey guys, it's me, Troyzan, from Survivor One World and Game Changers. Alvin seems like a mean son of a gun. At least what I saw.
Maybe, but if you want a challenge, I would figure picking someone who played a good game would then give you the satisfaction of knowing who won on your own merit. I think Lynn was answering something else. We had two conversations going then.
Chantel, she's one hot tamale. Would be a favorite of Dan this season on Survivor. She played a flawless game, well, what I could see.
Alvin is a bully, and ruthless.
Alvin is not mean, Jonathan.
Not a mean bone in Alvin's body. And I forgot, there was a mystery guest. Jeffrey Shedlowski, winner of Big Brother Cheesecake Season 1. I had him as the backup. And then when Troyzan actually showed up, which I was shocked, and if you're watching Troyzan, thank you so much. Jeffrey, I was like, well, I kind of promised him that he could do it. And, of course, Jeffrey and Tiffany talk. And Jeffrey wanted to meet these people, obviously, after what Tiffany went through. So Jeffrey came in. It's me, Jeffrey, cool surfer dude, winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 1. Did Alvin have a better chance of winning against JoJo? Should he have evicted Chantel? It would have given him a real challenge. And then Troy said, does Alvin have anger issues?
It's going to be hard to decide. Like, they played great games. Chantel, played them more behind the scenes, don't cause drama. If we look at comps, Alvin did better. It's going to be a tough one for me anyway.
No anger issues, that's me. Hi, sorry guys, just woke up and getting ready for work. Will check in as much as I can.
How many people do we have on the jury?
7. I don't do 13-person juries like on Survivor where people you don't even remember get on the jury, like Charlene. And you're on the jury, and you're on the jury, and you're on the jury. I mean, I loved Reem in Survivor Edge of Extinction, but she was the first person voted out. She shouldn't have been on the jury. Alvin bullied myself. Krista, it wasn't nice to Nicole. It's like picking the lesser of two evils with both of them. Bullied, or did what was necessary to get to the end of the game? Alvin bullied you, Jonathan?
It was necessary, not bullying.
Chantel, who decided to show up halfway through the game.
She was always there.
You cannot speak for me. I hear some bitter people. That's not how it works.
Yes, I can.
You're ignorant.
Fuck off, you sneaky fucker.
Go spend a weekend with Tiffany. Sensitivity, bro? Check it at the door. No one cares about your feelings. Everyone wants to win. Somebody thumbs down that. Probably Jonathan. Anyway. I do believe Alvin could be a mean girl, and I do apologize for standing beside that and not speaking up. Tiffany can't hide her ignorance and hate. Troyzan, for reference, this is a picture of Tiffany, to which Troyzan responds, "Oh, Tiffany's a cutie." Let's keep talking about Tiffany and more photos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. It's pretty clear my cockpit might have been crowded this season, but Chantal was absolutely my co-pilot and played this game harder than most people realize. Oh, your cock was very crowded this season, Jojo. Oh, you said cockpit. Oops. Okay, there was a lot more to that, but I have to get to the questions. Okay, now it's time to get to questions for the jury. First, we have an opening statement. And let's begin. I'll go with Alvin. I'll let Alvin go first, and then let Alvin go last, I guess. That's fair. I don't think it matters. If you're really going based on who gets the last word, then you're not paying enough attention. So here we go. Let's start off with Alvin. In a season where there are a lot of superfans, devoted gamers, and records being broken, I am fortunate enough to get to know and play this game with all of you. We're all a bunch of dysfunctional family where at the end of the day we had one common goal, which is to win. Andrew has stated that no one in Big Brother Canada Cheesecake US Celebrity Over the Top has made Final 2 without being nominated at all. To that I say, what's up? Let that sink in though. Say what you guys want, but this was not an easy feat to accomplish. You all had the chance to put me on the block, but you didn't. That alone speaks volumes of my gameplay. I stand here proud of the legacy I will leave for our season. Okay. Chantal, your opening statement. Hello, jurors! I first off wanted to thank you all for being a part of this experience with me. I am a Big Brother superfan, and love anyone who is willing to be vulnerable and commit themselves to playing this game that we love. From the moment I said yes to participating in this online social experiment, I have been playing the game. I have watched every season of Big Brother US and Canada twice. I have watched all other iterations of Big Brother around the world. Of course, I've watched every season of Survivor US, Australia, South Africa. I have played Backyard Big Brother twice, coming in third for All Stars. I also produce a long weekend Byron Big Brother where I create the games and themes with Games Master Nick, my ride or die and now lifetime friend from Backyard Big Brother. That's okay. I also act as the diary room, so I have a deep understanding to the psychology behind people's games and strategy. It is no accident that I am sitting in this chair right now. Andrew asked me to help him find 2 other players. I convinced Jojo and Alvin to play with me because I knew they would be loyal to me and that they both love this game and would play to win. Us fans know that generally the person who finishes third is the fan favorite, so I'm sorry, Jojo, that this was your fate this time around. Okay, there I have to... First of all, I'm reading these for the first time, so if I stop, it's not because I was planning on it, it's because I have to... I'm like, whoa. That's the case for old school Big Brother, but if you look at recent Big Brother, Adam Pock came in third, Victoria came in third, Spencer came in third, who was third in Big Brother 19? Oh, they were all idiots. I don't even remember who came in third in Big Brother 19. But generally speaking, it's not a fantastic person who comes in third recently. But anyway, sorry. Yeah. Didn't Kira come in third just now in season 7 of Canada 7? Yeah. And season 6 was... Paris and Kayla were final 2. Who was third? Clearly it was not anybody important. No, now it's going to bug me. Oh, Derek was third? Ugh. Anyway. Okay. Sorry. I would have loved to have won more competitions, but it wasn't in my best interest to come across as a threat. I even stopped using Big Brother lingo and terminology so that no one would really suspect that I was a big fan as I actually am. There were so many amazing competitive players that I decided it was best for my game to allow them to play and win and become targets, and for me just to be on the right side of the numbers and never be seen as a threat. I had eyes in every alliance and I had always had influence on who was nominated. Anybody but me. Fun fact, I don't think this really spoils anything at this point, but week 1, Charlene was so torn on whether to backdoor Chantal or Princess. She was at work, she was asking people who didn't know what was going on in the lunchroom, Chantal or Princess, and they're all like, what? And she was close. At one point it was Chantal, and then she changed it to Princess, so... Okay, so let's get now to the questions. So, Caitlin asks, or should we start? I'll go in order that they asked. So, no, Caitlin should be first. Hold on. Sorry.
What was your biggest strategic move in the game?
And I'll reverse the order that I answer. So, Chantel.
My biggest strategic game move was nominating JoJo and Julian when I was HOH. I knew that this was the only week I could do it, and I knew that he would be 100% safe. I wanted Jonathan to have to choose between JoJo and Julian. I knew there was a high probability that JoJo was going to win the veto, but I didn't want my head of household nominations to be predictable. Jonathan had promised Lynn and JoJo that he would use the poo veto on them, but because my nominations threw him off, Jonathan ended up making a fatal game decision by saving Julian. I ended up having the biggest threat in the game basically self-evict on my HOH.
Okay, good answer. Alvin. Whose question was this? Caitlin. Oh my gosh. Other than aligning myself early with strong players like yourself and making so many alliances, I can say that I've had few strategic moves that I made in this game. The one that sticks out to me was week 11. Lynn not taking herself down when she won the POV, which catapulted me with the legacy of not being ever nominated on the block. Another one would be my week of being the HOH when I had to fabricate a lie that everyone told me it was Nicole who was the rogue vote, and building a case of what Jonathan said about Julian, knowing Krista with only a screenshot as proof, and make it sound believable, which gave me a reason to put them both on the block. Also good answer. Okay, well done. Next question comes from Nicole. If I qualify for All-Stars and so does Joanne, who's going to get the voice? Because I'm really liking this voice now. I go around work talking like this, and I don't care if people don't give a flying fuck. Alvin and Chantel. You both worked so closely in the game, it's hard to differentiate either of you games from one another. What moves did you do in the game that the person sitting next to you didn't do to deserve to get our votes? Explain how your game and moves were different. Okay, Alvin. Alvin and Chantal. Oh, sorry. Just like you, I am a super fan myself. I eat, breathe, and sleep this game. I had to juggle way more alliances than what Chantal had. Even on a week period when I was dealing with a personal matter around weeks 9 and 10. A few of you knew that my mom was hospitalized, and even then, the dedicated gamer side of you still made sure I showed up in full force. Okay, I actually did not know that. I hope your mom is okay. And good answer, Chantal. Wrong window. Chantal. I'll never forget sitting in the audience in the finale of Season 6, and Kayla and Paris would not stop yelling. Like, why are you yelling at us? They were both like, I can be louder than the other person, give it to me! I was like, shut the fuck up! Anyway. And the people... okay. Chantal. No one here played a better social game than I did. If a winner to you is defined as a comp beast, I am not it. To me, I always knew I needed to be on the right side of every vote, and my natural leadership strategy skills made sure that I was. Alvin won a lot more competitions, but I think how he handled himself in these positions of power clearly show how our games differ. I prefer to create real friendships and relationships rather than intimidate and humiliate. Our styles of navigating this social game is what separates our game. Also good answer. Okay, I'm impressed so far. Next question. Jonathan. Hello, layups! I mean house guests. Congratulations on coasting until the end. My friend Doogie didn't like either of you. Chantel probably didn't show up for this, so my question is for Alvin. I know of at least 2 or 3 people who are locked in to vote for Chantel, so you need all the votes you can get. Tell me of something significant that you did in the moment, not something unfair and pre-planned before the season like your alliance, which was crucial to the game, and how it turned out getting you to the end. I don't think, for obvious reasons, I don't think Chantel submitted an answer. I don't think it was particularly fair that you asked only one person, but it is what it is. I don't think she actually... No, she didn't. Which is fine, because it would have just been passive-aggressiveness. Okay, which I don't blame you if you're not asked a question. Did Alvin answer it? Jonathan. Oh my god. Okay. Alvin. Not to play on your ego, but you were the person I mostly feared in this game. I took a lot of heat when you made that Rouge vote, and even the triple threat thought that it was me who did it at the beginning. My plan was always going to be low-key halfway and try not to win any comps unless, like when I played Aton's version, Big Backyard, Big Brother, when I was the comp beast of our season. I was already facing a strong social game here in the beginning, and I didn't want to deal with being looked at as a physical threat. I even tried to throw that blackjack POV, yet still won. When the double elimination came was when I knew I had to step up my game. Double eviction, not elimination. I knew that you weren't going to budge easily with winning that HOH, and I also knew that week was the most crucial week for my game. Had I not won that, I know that I could have possibly been evicted that week. If you didn't think I was a serious player back then, think again. I had to book off my 2 flights because I was determined that no matter what, I was going to win that HOH. Truth be told, that in the 13 years I worked at Sunwing... 13 years?! Jesus! For the first time, I have made the book off watch. Okay. Oh, it's like if you book off too much, then they like put a magnifying glass on your dick. Okay. And here's the kicker: I was not only playing for me and also for Chantel. I don't want to discredit her by all means. She stayed all night battling me and Jonathan, going back and forth. However, by the afternoon, she had to drop because of work. I ended up taking over her account. Oh, I did not know that. So I was technically playing for 2 people. Once again, I will unapologetically say that I deserve that win, which projected me sitting here in the final 2. Oh, so Julian can't cheat, but you can. Whatever. It's long in the past now. Good answer, but you rambled on forever. But it's still a good answer. Okay. Next question. I know I'm not supposed to put in my 2 cents, but it's day 83. I give 0 fucks now. Next question is from Julian. Chantel, why do you think that Alvin chose you to take to the final 2 with him? Alvin, what is... Okay, it's a different question for Alvin, so I'll do Alvin's first. What is something sneaky that Chantel did that the jurors should know about? Oh, good question. Julian. Okay. Unfortunately, Chantel isn't really the sneaky type of person. She tried to play this game with an idea in her mind of how her game would go, which unfortunately she didn't execute in the end. The only thing I can think of is that is close to an answer to your question would be she brought me and Jojo to play this game with her, which you all know by now. Okay. So Chantel's question was, why do you think that Alvin chose you to take the final 2 with him? She answered, I think Alvin chose to bring me to the final 2 because he knew that he would most likely lose to Jojo 7-0. I would be campaigning for Jojo to win in that situation, which would make it even more difficult for him to get votes. He also promised me on many things that he loves that he was taking me no matter what. So if he didn't, I would not respect him or his decision, and it would have ended our friendship in real life. Okay, fair enough. So far, I'd say you're both giving good answers and pretty 50-50. Next question is from Krista. Hey guys, it's me, just off my Winnebago. Congratulations on making Final 2. Good job on sticking with this long, demanding game. These questions don't matter much because I'm sure you two are planning on sharing the gift card since you do everything together, but you can't share the title winner, so here goes. Alvin, how do you feel your social game was better than Chantel's? Chantel, you said to me at some point that no one will vote for someone who doesn't make any moves. My back was up against the wall for several weeks, and I tried in several competitions, but I had terrible luck. You apparently missed a competition. From what I can tell, were never a target. So what do you think was the key to helping ensure you'd make it to the end to have a chance to win? Chantel said... Oh my god. Keeping Triple Threat together was key to my game. I pushed for the glory of having us be the final 3. I knew that having an alliance that started on day 1 and make it all the way to the end was a story that would appeal to both Jojo and Alvin. How amazing is it that an alliance was actually loyal enough to each other that they could make the final 3? Even at times, Jojo and Alvin wanted to cut each other, but I reeled them back in, reminding them that the final 3 being Triple Threat was the best for all of us. I even suggested creating the hoodie in order for us to solidify our bonds, and also initiated FaceTime group chats so we could become more connected. Andrew suggested the Russian doll of alliances, and the main ones were of my doing.
I started a triple threat by bringing in Alvin and JoJo. I had them find another person. I chose Caitlin, Bailey's Coffee Alliance. JoJo chose Jonathan and Alvin. Chose Lynn. Oh, JoJo chose Jonathan, Alvin chose Lynn. Minus Lynn, these 5 are the piranhas. I knew that I needed to create a common enemy, so I suggested the Anti-Bus Driver Alliance. I wanted Nicole to have started because I didn't want it to fall back on me being the person who created it, but Nicole was busy with work. She ended up winning Head of Household that week, and Caitlin was anxious to start the Anti-Bus Alliance, so she started the group. I named it 7 Sinners. Since Lynn was Alvin's side piece, I thought it was perfect for her to bring in all the 7 Sinners and form another alliance, Lads and Lassies. The Sharks, Tsunamis, Mariana's Trench, the Core, the A-Team, Alvin and Adam.
Oh, yeah. Adam told me about that at work. I'm like, good job. Got you nowhere.
And Mom's Boys, Alvin, Lynn, and JoJo was never going to work because I wasn't in them. I allowed for the people who weren't working with me to go home.
Okay, I like it. Alvin's... Okay, Chris's question to Alvin was, how do you feel your social game was better than Chantel's? The fact is that I have been in most of the alliances formed in this game, with the exception of Marian's Trench and the Core 4, more than Chantel has. From the beginning, I heard that I was a nice guy and someone to watch out for because of my social game. I'm sure you yourself have said this, hence why you blasted my name on week 6. My goal is to get to know each one of you, but not get too close. I find that when you get attached to someone, it's harder to cover a lie or make them believe what convo you've had was genuine. A perfect example of how my social game helped me the most was week 11 when Lynn won the POV. The fact that she was willing to stay on the block for me in order to not go out as a replacement is a true testament to how strong the bond I created with her in this game. Okay? We'll do Lynn first. Chantel, if you won the last HOH, who would have you evicted? Alvin, was there any move you made that you regret? Okay. I don't regret any game moves I made because it's why I'm sitting here in the final 2. In the game of Big Brother, there is a hard balance of trying to play nice but also play as a badass queen. I think I've proven that I'm both, which some people might not like, but I'm a true Libra where my zodiac symbol is a balance scale. At the end of the day, I hope everyone can understand with why any of the gameplay I made wasn't personal. The answer to the was there any move you made that you regret, saying I don't regret any game moves, is a risky answer in that some people love the answer of, yes, have no regrets, play that way. But when I watch a beauty pageant and a girl is asked, name your biggest regret in life, and the girl goes, I have no regrets in life because when you make a mistake, you learn from your mistake. And I hate that shit. So that answer could go over well with the jurors. It might not. It goes either way. Okay. Chantel's question was... if you won the last HOH, who would you have evicted? Oh, boy. Oh, did she answer that question? Oh, good. If I were to have won the final HOH, I would have taken JoJo. I definitely am closer to Alvin in real life, but I found that I really didn't like how he treated some people in this game. We had many arguments about his behavior, and I didn't want the end of this game to be about nasty retorts and comments. I can respect wit and funny remarks, but I don't like people being hurt. I thought he took things too far on multiple occasions, and he couldn't see why I thought he needed to be kinder and apologize. I spoke to JoJo a lot about this, and we seemed to be in more alignment on how to treat people in this game, and I would have wanted to sympathize the kinder player. Cutthroat game moves is one thing, but personal attacks I don't like or respect. Okay, interesting. Okay, so then JoJo's question, which was a good question, but it resulted in more Bible answers. Congrats to both of you reaching the final 2. Please rank the jurors from most likely to vote for you to least likely, and why. So most likely to vote for you and least likely, and why. They're going to kill me if I just say the names. Okay. My throat is starting to hurt, so I'm just going to read it in English, in my voice. Because, God, we're going on long. Alvin. So most likely to vote for him, Lynn. I don't even doubt that Lynn could not reward her vote to one of her sons. Her and Chantel never really connected in this game the way her and I bonded. Then a tie between Jojo and Caitlin. You both could either vote for me or vote for Chantel. I didn't choose Jojo for the final two, and I know the disappointment that could sway not to not get his vote. Caitlin was Chantel's side number and one in the beginning, but halfway through the game, you and I shared similar common goal. Again, if it's strictly gameplay and who did the most, I would get both yours votes. Julian, I feel that he wouldn't be as bitter for me evicting him in the game. I truly believe he will reward and respect someone based on their gameplay. Also, week 8, he did say that whoever was that mastermind who did all that hands down will get his vote. Nicole, I refuse to believe that you would rather give your vote to someone based on being vexed with the results of this game. If I've tapped into the superfan Nicole, then yes, hands down, I will get your vote. Jonathan, similarly to Nicole, but more so with the hatred you have for being voted off before me, I want to believe that you would reward your vote to someone more deserving. Chris, I only put you last because I know in week 6 I made a comment to you that you didn't appreciate. However, I was most surprised to hear in the jury that you have been more so the level-headed one. So again, if it's solely who made the better moves, then I would get your vote. Okay. Chantel. Caitlin was the first person outside of Triple Threat that I bonded with and wanted to work with. I think we played the game in a similar fashion. We were always on the same page strategically, and I think we made a real friendship. Jojo. We strategized the entire season together. We went through every scenario and contingencies for each potential outcome. I know you respect my game because you witnessed it. Jonathan, you honestly are an amazing player, and I was thrilled to have you on my side. I would have strategized with you more, but you are so smart that I don't think you want to think I was the threat. So I played dumb and didn't try too hard all the time. I was bummed to miss OTEV as I won that competition in Backyard Big Brother All-Stars, the only female to do so. I set my alarm to the wrong time. Shitty, but the truth, you asked me to be final 2, and I believe you would have taken me there if you had the chance. You never asked Alvin, so even though you think that I'm undeserving, I feel that you would rather vote for me than Alvin. Nicole, we started off this game actually getting to know each other, connecting over all things witchy. I was never coming after you. I even fought with Alvin because I didn't want to vote you out. I had asked you if you were working with Julian and Jonathan outside of the Sinners, and when you didn't fess up to the core, I knew that you were more loyal to the Jays than to me. I'm sorry, girl. Krista, I really wanted to work with you, but you became a target with your closeness to Adam, and I couldn't really save you at that point. I fought with Alvin over his treatment of you, and I'm still really sorry if he hurt you in any way. I even told him be nice, she's on the jury, but he said he didn't care as he didn't care for you. He doesn't expect your vote. Julian is next. You worked a little more closely to Alvin, even though Alvin and Jojo were gunning for you hard. I had asked you privately about Krista and you knowing each other, and was surprised when you told the core immediately. I don't actually believe that you two know each other, but I knew that Jonathan had suggested it, and I wanted to stir more drama. Lynn, you have been loyal to Alvin from the beginning and really never wanted to have game chats with me. You seem to have connected to the boys more, so for that, I figure you would be more likely to give Alvin your vote. Closing statement. I need water. Next season, I'm putting a word limit on this shit. Because brief means nothing to you people. Okay. Okay. The people who have no idea what my game moves were from week to week stood 0% chance of making it far. They were just another stepping stone on my path to the end. I influenced Caitlin to orchestrate a random draw to get Nicole and Julian to use their flippers. I was in 10,000 alliances, and not once did anyone rat me out. Okay, true. Every person knew I was best for their game because I made sure they had no other option. The only one who tried to play a similar game to me was Jonathan, and his sloppy lying made him an obvious target. He got as far as I, Triple Threat, let him get, but he did serve his purpose. I was in every non-floater's ear every week. Not once was I shocked when someone was evicted. I was the one dictating who left. Jonathan didn't see my game because he was always kept in an oblivious 100 feet away from strategizing. He only knew what I wanted him to. The house was divided in 3. People who weren't working with me, people who thought they were working with me, and Triple Threat. I kept Jojo and Alvin together the whole time. I was final 2 for both of them, and they absorbed all the bullets I needed them to. A queen never charges to the front lines to dispose of a bunch of pawns. I want to read that. I kept Jojo and Alvin together the whole time. I was final 2 for both of them, and they absorbed all the bullets I needed them to. A queen never charges to the front lines to dispose of a bunch of pawns. Oh, got it. Okay. Alvin. Last season, Ashley was just like, Joanne, fuck you, I know I'm not getting your vote. Next question. Where the hell was I there? Oh, okay. Chantal can claim that she started the idea of forming these alliances, but that idea wouldn't have been executed if I didn't start the groups. Yes, I'm the group creator for a majority of them, and yes, we have receipts to prove it. And for some of them, I've even named. I could have taken the fall for starting the alliances, but I'm a risk taker and didn't really fear should that arise. We also had the idea, other than the triple threat itself, of having a side number 1 to potentially bring to the end. My first choice was Lynn because no one wouldn't have ever suspected, and also she was connected to the transit and would have my back on a week that a transit would win HOH. Would have my back. But I also didn't stop there. I went to Adam and I asked him as well as a backup, but unfortunately the Sinners wanted him out. In the end, we all accomplished to bring them to the final 7. What I'm asking for is the juror to respect my game. I believe I'm the most well-rounded person sitting here in the final 2. If you're going to base your vote on whose gameplay was better, more dedicated, won HOHs and POVs, and had the best social game overall, then your vote should be easy and clear. I have no doubt that you guys will choose a winner that you can all be proud of for our season. I have no doubt that you guys will choose a winner that you can all be proud of for our season. Wow. Okay, they were all great answers. Other than the fact that you both went on, rambled on forever, you answered all the questions very well. I'm very proud of both of you. I need water. With that said, who will win Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea, Alvin or Chantal? Tomorrow, an announcement about the next 2 seasons of Big Brother Cheesecake, and the jury members will vote for the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. Tuesday is the season finale where either Alvin or Chantal will win the title of Big Brother Cheesecake 3 and the $300 Cheesecake Factory gift card. I'm Andrew Chef Sigmund. Take care and we leave you as we drop on the house. Good night.